Alright, so I'm sorry for the mess. It's just everything got thrown lately. So I finally got it back. And I'll show y'all exactly what he did to it. I'll show y'all that right there. He drilled a hole for the airline to go through it. And this spot right here already passed to see how it worked, but anyway, the last little bit I was dremeling before I gave it to him, I put a hole in it. I dremeled through it. So I made a little concoction of all this in here is sawdust from my saw down there when I sawed up some other boards and stuff. Let's get some wood glue, pour a little bit on the plate. Sorry. A little wood glue, pour a little on the plate. Then I get the sawdust and I make like a putty. And I put a piece of duct tape back here at the back to kind of stop it from going all the way through. And I just dab it on there. Kind of force it in a little bit. I did it and it was pretty good, but I had a little bit of a piece that either sanded out or whatever. If I got too much glue, get some more sawdust and kind of dry it up to where it's not all glue just sitting on there. And I'm just going to let that dry really good and sand it down. And I have a little bit of a spot right here where I almost dremeled through it, but I think I'm going to leave it. I don't feel like really messing with it. So, yep, that's it right now. I'm in the finishing stages. You can see right here where he notched it down for this hammer. So notched it on both sides for the bolt. So, all right, well that's it. So what I'm gonna do now is I took this, traced it where I think it'll fit. And then back here where the trigger guard goes in, like so. So about right there. So I have my jigsaw. And let's see how this goes. this piece should fit like this somehow. Puzzle, I gotta fit it in there. Right there. But a plate was made to fit this, anchor it better. So find it. So it's a little too long, I gotta cut this off. Cut it off about right there. So that's the front piece. The back piece fits a little loose, but I knew I'd have to glue it anyway. So I cut that one a little long as well. Okay. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on with this, and I'm going to recut it and fit it and glue it, and we'll show you all the end result here in just a minute. So what I did was cut this length and cut this a little bit better, and the piece of what I had was a little too thick for the back here, so I just cut it in half and kind of separated a piece of wood where it's that thin, but I left this and it's not going to be up against anything because there is space in there. I just left it the way it is, but I'll see what happens to that. So I just took Gorilla Glue and glued it in there. I have a clamp here to kind of hold it, tied it together, and put glue along the seams. Just had extra sawdust from the saw. Put it in there so that way kind of get, try to hide the line where it's put together, and saw it. A little impatient, so got the heat gun and just heat the glue up, and hopefully it'll dry quicker. And I'll be able to sand it down and everything, and hopefully get it stained tonight. So, all right, this is one of the last steps. So again, I'm using the Kona oil stain, Rust-Oleum, Chief Color in one coat. I'm going to do a couple coats just to make sure it takes. So here we go. I just cut up an old t-shirt. Let me use the one of the sleeve and whatever to put this on. Just a good bit. Alright, so here we go. Oh yeah, it's covering nicely. there is that one little spot right there. That's an actual hole, but the wrap that I put on there might cover that. Here's the bottom. There's that piece of the board that I fixed. So I'm gonna try to get that heavy and fill that in. And you know, it's not gonna be perfect, and you know, I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. At least I made it with, you know, I give my buddy a little credit, or a good amount of credit, for helping me with some of the hardware. I'm going to get a little bit on the inside, so that way it kind of helps cover. Kind of overlapping the color on the insides, that way it's none of the wood, natural wood shows. There's a little bottom piece that I put on there, and it actually is taking the color pretty good. Okay, well, I'm not gonna record me doing this entire thing, so I'm just gonna knock it all out and I'll turn it back on when I'm finished. So until next time. Okay, finally finished the stock. I don't know what kind of wood this was, but you can see there's a spot right here, real light spot. There's a couple light spots back here, and back here. I have stain. I put several coats of stain on it, several coats, and it just will not cover it. So I guess that's will just have to be the way it is. So like I said, I got this piece in. They're stained pretty nicely. I got this piece in, and I'll go ahead and put it together and show y'all what it looks like. So here's the finished product. I'll go over a little bit what's been done to it. So like I said, I put a little piece of board right there. My buddy got a piece of metal plate to secure it right there a lot better. He got longer screw to put right here and a washer. He actually made this part, the actual bolt assembly. The actual bolt itself is pretty neat. He's getting into welding, so he's trying to get a bunch of auto parts together to do like little sculptures and stuff like that. So he had this extra piece right here, this extra bolt. It's the cylinder head bolt. So it's kind of cool. You see a little star part right there, and he drilled a hole right here for the remote line to go through, and there's no paint in there, so I got to figure out that burping. I think it's going to pull it back too fast, so I'm not exactly sure. I got to figure that out. But this is the stock barrel on it, so it kind of looks okay. It's kind of like a paratrooper rifle, but I personally prefer this barrel. Oh, and he grooved this out. That's that stabilizer, the spacer that I put in there so it won't collapse on itself. He dremeled that out to allow a little bit extra space for the rifle to sit down inside the stock. But I'm going to have the plate that goes back here. I don't know exactly where I put it. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to put that right back on there, and that might pretty much be it. So that's it, guys. That's the finished project. My Hammer 7 build. So I appreciate y'all watching, and I know it's got a couple more subscribers since doing this. So hopefully this will get a couple more. And yeah, appreciate y'all watching.